Bingo Blitz rules.
If your bingo has ads in it,
That's not a bingo.
if it doesn't have the coolest tournaments, mini games, and the most breathtaking design,
Nope, not a bingo.
if your bingo moment makes you feel so excited that you just want to burst in joy and scream out loud, bingo! Sorry, so you're playing...
Bingo Blitz? Now that's a bingo. Go for a world of excitement with Bingo Blitz, the #1 free bingo game. Download Bingo Blitz and play for free.
Now that's a bingo.
With Lululemon, the real gift happens when they're living in it. When you give them the coziest scuba matching set, the real gift is this. And this. And this. This holiday, Lululemon makes it easy to give a gift that goes beyond. Open the moment. Shop now at Lululemon.com.
Let's hang out. Let's hang out. And let's talk about what lessons about. Let's hang out. And let's listen to two lesbians shout. Let's hang out. Let's hang out.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Hang Out. I'm Ellie Brigida.
And I'm Lee Holmes Foster, and here's what's happening this week.
This week in the Lesdom.
This week in the Lesdom is somewhere that we can touch base every episode about things that are going on in the podcast, in our lives, or just in the greater Les universe.
And the first thing we want to talk about is our trivia nights. We keep having more and more. Our next one is going to be L-Word Trivia in Arlington, Virginia at the Boardroom, Wednesday, November 6th at 6:30.
They're coming up so soon, and followed closely by one that I will be hosting in Berkeley on November 8th at Spats, also L-Word Trivia.
So all of these will be L-Word Trivia. The next one's going to be at Blush and Blue in Denver, which we had a trivia event there last month. And the winners won a gift card to a tattoo parlor and all got matching tattoos.
That's amazing.
How amazing is that? They all got little equality signs on their fingers. Like, I literally saw the picture and wanted to cry.
I love it.
It's so cute.
After that one, if you miss me in Berkeley, you can also catch me in San Francisco at El Rio in the Mission on Monday, November 18th.
We're also going to have our L-Word Generation Q premiere party at Bella Luna and Jamaica Plain in Boston on December 8th from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. We've already sold more than half of our tickets, so if you want to get in on that, you should do it very, very soon. I'm super excited. It's going to be packed and probably sell out within the next week, so really excited about that.
And if you have not been able to make any of our trivia nights so far, we are also looking to bring queer events to you. So get in touch, let us know what city you'd like us to look at next, and we'll see if we can make it happen. Send us an email at letshangoutpod@gmail.com.
We're also going to be at the Weekend Soiree this week. This is our Halloween episode. Halloween is coming up, and we're going to be in New Orleans. So excited.
I can't wait. We just planned our costumes.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be great.
Based on one of our favorite episodes. So if you can get that hint, you know exactly what we're going to be.
Keep an eye out for pictures is all I'm saying.
It's going to be great.
Okay. Let's talk some Greater Les Universe things. The first one, we're going to have, you know, some bad news and some good news. The bad news is Miley Cyrus said things.
Ooh, Miley girl.
We don't know why she said them.
No.
And they're not doing her or anyone else any favors. So I think my takeaway on Miley Cyrus saying, you don't have to be gay, you just have to meet the right guy, is, of course, you don't have to be gay. Some of us are just that lucky anyways, Miley. Sorry.
Bye, Miley. I know, I was like, it's been a roller coaster with Miley lately. I'm like, yes, Miley. No, Miley.
No, Miley.
Yeah, so not super happy with her right now. I think she did apologize, but I still do think we really have to be careful with the words that we use.
Yeah.
Because especially as a public figure, you have a lot of very young, impressionable queer teenagers who are listening to you. So you have to be aware of the impact that your words have.
Yeah.
My
So
take.
give us some good news, Ellie.
I'm sorry, yes. Good news. She-Ra, Princess of Power, is introducing its first non-binary character with a non-binary actor, Jacob Tabaya. Super excited for that. For those of you who don't know what She-Ra is, it's a cartoon, and it has had a lot of really good, positive representations.
It's the best. Have you watched it? It's so good.
I have not seen it, no.
I'm so excited for season 4, and I cannot wait for this news as well. It's so great. It's such a great show. I'm so excited. As much as I enjoy watching She-Ra, I'm super excited for when my kids get old enough to watch She-Ra. Yeah. Because it's so very simply supportive and has so much representation, and I love it. I can't wait.
I'm excited. More and more representation, people. Let's do it.
And that's what's happening this week. Back to you, Ellie and Lee.
Thanks, Ellie and Lee, and welcome to our 34th and spookiest installment of Should Have Been Gay.
That's right, because in this week's episode, Itchida Capita Melica Mystica. Itchida Capita Melica Mystica.
I also really wanted to do Sisters Sing.
Oh, that would have been good too.
But it's okay. I just did it for us.
There you go. Yeah, we're done. We covered both. Good job, us.
Yes.
That's right. We are doing our Halloween episode. Halloween Should Have Been Gay.
So many
spooky ones. It doesn't get more
ones.
exciting than that.
And I'm so excited for this one because it's my favorite Halloween movie, Hocus Pocus.
Oh, it was fun, it was great, but it should have been a little more gay.
I'm gonna say a classic, even though we'll talk a little bit about our experience with Hocus Pocus shortly.
Oh, yeah.
But it's
a cult classic.
Yeah. And it's been around for a while. 1993 Hocus Pocus.
Wow.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't see it the year that it came out because I wouldn't have understood anything. But I was 1 year old. But
and whole year old?
Yeah. My favorite movie since I could sit up. But not really. I feel like we'll talk about our experience.
We'll talk about our
I'm sorry,
experience.
I'm skipping ahead.
We're going to start with the IMDb synopsis for anyone who has not seen Hocus Pocus, which is as follows. A curious youngster moves to Salem, where he struggles to fit in before awakening a trio of diabolical witches that were executed in the 17th century.
That sounds right. I mean, that's pretty accurate. But I would say my gay synopsis is also that the witches are the protagonist. Sorry. Sorry, Max. You are not the protagonist of this film. And my gay synopsis is 3 spinster lesbian / drag queen witches wreak havoc and bring gay joy to the town of Salem in the 90s.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
You're redoing this as a whole, Snape was the hero all along kind of situation?
Yeah, I mean, I want to redo a lot of things about this movie, but the sisters are perfect, just the way they are. The witches...
Yeah, if we do a reboot, bring Bette Midler back.
Yes. And Sarah Jessica Parker.
And Kathy Najimy. Yeah, all set.
All
Good.
of them. Yeah.
Okay. So,
what's your gay synopsis, Lee?
Okay, my gay synopsis is young teenage lesbian Allison is the only competent person in the movie.
True.
That's my synopsis.
Oh, I love Allison.
I do too. She's great. But I am 100% convinced she's gay.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we're going to talk about it. I think...
Yes.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Tell us a little bit about your experience with Hocus Pocus after not watching it at 1 year of age.
Okay, so I feel like I am obsessed with Hocus Pocus, but I only really started watching it when I was in high school / college, where it was just a movie that you would watch every Halloween because it was always on ABC Family or whatever, Freeform, whatever you want to call it now. And I would watch it with all my friends. The reason that I was sisters sing. I feel like that was just a thing with me and my friends that at any point, you could be doing anything. You're just hanging out. And if anyone said sisters sing, you had to start singing. So it was a big part of my adolescence and continues to be a movie that I watch pretty much every Halloween season.
Nice. A tradition, if you will.
Yes, it is
like
my
it.
Halloween tradition.
Okay, my experience with Hocus Pocus. I'm like so afraid to say this. I think people are gonna come after me.
Yeah,
Ellie.
people are gonna burn you at the stake. Oh,
Oh no, they're gonna hang me. No, it's no good.
not good.
I had never seen Hocus Pocus.
Lee.
I know. I'm so sorry. It's one of those things where it's just been around forever, and I've known about it forever, and I've known things like quotes and things from it forever. I'd never actually watched it. I watched it this week. Kelsey and I both did. She hadn't seen it either, although that Kelsey has never seen anything, so I don't think that saves me too much. But I've seen it now, everyone. I'm better. I fixed it.
I'm so happy you've finally seen it. I do need to ask you.
Okay.
Because knowing it is a cult classic, it's ridiculous. It's sort of bad in a good way,
yeah.
right? What did you think of it watching it now?
Here's what I think. I actually think I like it more now than I would have if I had watched it as a teenager. Because, and here's why. Watching it now, it's not a great plot. Like, the development of the story elements are a little clunky, right? And nostalgically, it fits right into that 90s era teen film where I can forgive all of that. The stuff that I think I appreciate more now, watching it as an adult, that 100% stands the test of time, is the performances that all three of the Sanderson sisters give are flawless.
Incredible.
Are just flawless. Bette Midler in this movie is perfect. Kathy Najimy in this movie is untouchable. They're perfect. Sarah Jessica Parker, I think, she has like very few lines of actual dialogue, but everything she's ever doing on screen is perfect. They're just all so good, and watching them and like knowing more about them now than I would have at, like 12 or whenever I could have watched this movie, I think I appreciate them so much more, and I and the rest of the part of it that's not very good just still doesn't bother me,
Oh yeah, the character work by the Sanderson sisters is incredible.
It's so good. They're so good.
And that, to me, is the number one reason why I think if you asked any queer person, they would be like, oh my God, I love Hocus Pocus. Because the Sanderson sisters, to me, are just like over the top, dramatic, like oozing campiness and just queerness.
Yes,
and so like that's why I say they, to me, are the protagonists of this film. I'm rooting for them. I want them to live forever.
You're like, kill them, children.
Yeah,
get it. Get yours. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I really am. I'm like, I wish you would stick around longer, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
No, they're perfect. I love it.
They're incredible. I have a hard time with the Sanderson sisters for This Should Have Been Gay because I feel like keeping them just the way they already are queer. They're like, I feel like there's so many drag queens who have played the Sanderson sisters because it's just like the perfect Halloween drag to do. Bette Midler, I feel like, is an icon of the gays. So is Sarah Jessica Parker. Like, who am I kidding? All of the Sanderson sisters, gay people love them. And so I was going back and forth between just like them being drag queens and also them being, because there are sisters who the three sisters always lived together. They never like had husbands.
Right.
They had,
well,
we have their
had
exes.
Billy.
Yeah, we have Billy.
Yeah.
But also, especially Mary, I feel like is the number one sister who I'd be like, okay, the lesbian sister is Mary. Because
she's the only one where they don't explicitly mention, like
any love interest.
Sarah and Winnie have this kind of, we had, fighting over Billy and all this stuff. Yeah, they don't mention anything, and even all of the times like when they're kind of hitting on the bus driver or there's never any
This movie's so good.
It was a wordless reaction, listeners, but it was a great reaction that Ellie just gave me.
It's just when they're hitting on the bus driver. Yeah, of course, that part, yeah.
Oh, the bus driver's the worst. Just the worst. He's so terrible. But Mary doesn't have any reaction to him whatsoever, right? Sarah's like sitting on his freaking lap. Nothing. Just nothing for Mary.
Yep.
So I could certainly see, I have a strong suspicion that the writers of this movie probably had that happening because Mary was supposed to be like, oh, she's the heavy sister because she's not like famous enough like Bette Midler to get away with it, and she's not like, you know, the stunning Sarah Jessica Parker, but I also feel like that's ridiculous because Kathleen Najimy is beautiful, right?
Exactly.
Like, she's just a very good-looking person, and she's not, like, they didn't really make any of them unattractive enough, you know?
Oh, not at all.
Like, even Bette Midler's teeth, you're just like, whatever.
Yeah, you're like, still hot. I'll take it.
Still, it's fine. Look, she's, like, belting now, and I'm into it. It's,
exactly.
You know,
all she has to do is start singing, and I'm like,
yeah.
Forgot all about it. Yeah.
So I feel like that's why they don't make any mention of Mary and men, because that was the very much 90s, like, she's not a size 2, guess she's the fat one, that just is so pervasive in movies of that time, and you go back and watch it, and you're just like, wow, really? Again?
Yeah, it's rough.
Ugh,
it's rough.
God. But I like to think that, nope, it's because she's the gay one, and they just, you know, kind of glossed over it.
Yes, and we will find Mary a love interest for sure.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
oh, yeah.
Sure.
We'll
sure.
find her.
Especially when we make our gay Hocus Pocus reboot.
Exactly. So the Sanderson sisters, I feel like, are the most gay in the film. And then you think that Allison is a lesbian? Let's chat about that.
Here's the thing. I get that they're pushing real hard for this Allison Max thing, but Allison's not into it.
Oh, yeah.
Ever. Like, even when they kiss and you kind of tell that's the kiss of someone who's like, we've had an emotional night and I know you're really into me and like, you probably need this. But she doesn't even look into it at all, right? Like,
oh, yeah.
Max is definitely into Allison. Allison is not into Max.
Yes.
Also, when they first summon the witches, right? And Allison goes and gets a broom that's hanging on the wall and, like, takes a big swing at them with this broom. I'm gonna call that a softball swing with that broom.
Oh, yeah.
And
I could see it.
It looks a little practiced, if you ask me. So, you know, it's not going against my theory. Let's put it that way.
She's definitely, I would say, the stronger of the two, you know? She's the protector of the group, whereas Max is not as much.
No.
Yeah.
Max is a little bumbling. Allison is, like, very collected and very, you know, she's like, this is what we're doing. Why are you lighting that? Don't light that. Don't do this thing. Let's protect ourselves. Let's get some salt. Let's do this. Yeah, she's, like, ready to go.
She knows, yeah. And she knows, like, all the witchy things to do, which are like, Allison, I get that your parents own the Sanderson house, but you know a little much about witchcraft.
Yeah, for sure.
So in my retelling,
okay,
it pretty much makes it super seamless that Allison is just a lesbian, because I feel like, okay, this is a stretch, but I'm going for it.
No, do it.
I'm
ready.
Reboot, Max is a woman or a teenage girl.
Yes.
And Max is not a virgin, because Max has had lesbian sex. But, yes. But the black flame candle is too heteronormative. And
I love it.
And so Max blows out the candle and is like, I'm not a virgin. Like, this isn't going to work. And then the black flame candle's like, oh, but you've never had sex with a man, so is it real? And you're like, fuck you, black flame candle.
The black flame candle standing in for heteronormative patriarchy in this sense. I am here for it. I love it.
Yeah.
A couple things that I love about this. One, I think it's great because If we're having the black flame candle stand in for the patriarchy, the black flame candle over the course of the movie is just slowly burning out. It's just
Goodbye,
petering out.
patriarchy.
Goodbye, heteronormativity. Don't let the door hit you. I love that. Also, I would make a strong case for casting Max not just as a female character. I would love to cast Max as, like, a transitioning female character, right?
Yeah.
Because Max, as currently cast in the original film, like so many 90s teen film heartthrobs, I think is responsible for creating many a lesbian. I mean, it's just, it's that baby dyke look. Yeah. The hair, the outfits, the everything. And so what I love... What I love is I want to have the whole conversation when Max and Danny show up at Allison's Halloween party, and Danny starts talking about how much Max loves Allison's yabos.
Oh my god.
I want that to be, like, tiny trans girl teenager Max who just, like, really wants her own set of yabos and also is into Allison's yabos. I think that'd be fantastic.
Oh my god.
How many times can I say yabos in this?
I love it. So you're saying Max is M to F?
Yes. I would say Max, assigned male at birth, left California because, wanted a new school. She has transitioned now, but wanted a fresh start, where she's unencumbered by the past. And so they move to a new place, and she's,
I love
a little entranced by the yabos.
I love it. As we all are.
Why not? Yeah, sure.
Totally get it.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. And as we head into Thanksgiving time, I want to start by thanking my wife, Kelsey, who has not only listened to just about every episode of this podcast for 8 seasons now, but who also is the only reason I'm able to make time to record it every week. She takes the kids, gets them dinner, and gets them ready for bed, just so that Ellie and I can come on and yell about gay things into each other's faces for an hour. So here's a reminder to send some thanks to the people you're grateful for in your life, including yourself. I've been in therapy for a long time now, and one thing that's so important about therapy is how it teaches you to be more intentional. And being intentional about gratitude and how to show that to the people you appreciate is just one of the many benefits that I've gotten from therapy over the years. If you've been thinking of starting therapy, consider giving BetterHelp a try. I know how hard it can be to find time for regular therapy, and BetterHelp is designed to be flexible and convenient for your schedule. You can fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. If you want to start being more intentional about gratitude in your life, visit betterhelp.com/letshangout today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/letshangout.
Let's hang out.
For many businesses, the holiday season can be both an exciting and stressful time. With so many balls in the air, one thing you definitely want to know you can rely on is how you're selling your products. And with Shopify, you can rest easy knowing it's the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. Nobody does selling better than Shopify. And when it comes to successful brands like Aloe, Allbirds, or Skims, an often overlooked secret is all the things that go on behind the scenes that make selling, and for shoppers, buying, simple. For millions of businesses, if you take a peek behind that curtain, you'll see that Shopify is what makes it all possible. Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%, so that's more happy customers and way more sales going. It's true all the time, but especially this time of year, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use for Realm merch with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/realm.
This episode is brought to you by Skinny Pop Popcorn. Perfectly popped, endlessly delicious. Oh, so light and crunchy. Skinny Pop Original Popcorn is the snack you've been searching for. Made with just 3 simple ingredients: popcorn kernels, sunflower oil, and salt. Snacking never felt or tasted so good. Perfectly popped, endlessly delicious. Give yourself permission to snack and pick up Skinny Pop Original Popcorn today.
There's a lot going on right now. Mounting economic inequality, threats to democracy, environmental disaster, the sour stench of chaos in the air. I'm Brooke Gladstone, host of WNYC's On the Media. Want to understand the reasons and the meanings of the narratives that led us here, and maybe how to head them off at the pass? That's On the Media's specialty. Take a listen wherever you get your podcasts.
But
I like this reboot already.
yeah,
I'm digging this.
But I just feel like something about Max and Allison's relationship needs to be more queer.
I think if Max had been a girl, I think Allison would have been way more into it.
Yes, I for sure agree. And I also think, so I have a random dark horse pairing here. We can talk more about the plot of the film, like, and parts, and Max and Allison and stuff like that. But I just super briefly want to talk about Jay and Ernie.
Yes, please.
So Jay and Ernie are the 2 bullies who bully Max, right? And they are assholes. And they steal his shoes and, like, they just suck. But
yeah,
they're always together. There's, like, definitely some weird bro stuff going on there. I think Jay and Ernie are just overcompensating with their masculinity because they're both in the closet, in love with each other, and they just can't, they need to be like, no, we're not gay, man, because we're bullies.
I love it.
But really, they're in love with each other.
Can I tell you I would say my lesbian rabbit hole, but it's not really a lesbian rabbit hole. It's my gay rabbit hole this time.
Perfect.
Okay, so Ernie, aka Ice, is played in this movie by Larry Bagby, is the actor who plays him. Okay. And Larry Bagby has also played a character named Larry Blaisdell in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh.
And he plays Larry, who's like the big, you know, kind of big, muscly jock of the school.
Who also comes out. I remember that episode.
Who comes out, right? Yeah, he comes out to Xander and then, like, ends up being this, like, super out and proud gay character on Buffy, who is... I think he says at one point he's, like, so out, even his, like, grandmother's hooking him up with guys or something.
Oh, my God. Good
so
for you, Larry.
I just want to say, I think there's some merit to the Jay and Ernie pairing.
Yeah. And honestly, like, I think they're my strongest pairing. I feel the most chemistry between the 2 of them in the actual film. In the reboot,
yeah, there's
Allison.
a heat there, right?
Yeah. But there's definitely something there. That's all.
They found love in a hopeless place.
Yes. Salem, Massachusetts.
Salem, Massachusetts.
A hopeless place.
Good for them. I'm happy for them.
I'm happy
you
for
go,
them,
Jay
too.
and Ernie.
Yeah.
You go. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm into it. In terms of other plot points, let's talk about Billy.
Okay, let's do it.
So, would Billy still be Billy in the reboot? Would Billy still be male Billy? Or are we turning him into female Billy?
I mean, I don't see why we couldn't turn him into female Billy.
Just because we're going to turn everyone in this movie.
When we go gay, Ellie, we go all the way. We don't let anything hold us back.
All right, so let's do it. The whole cast is gay. So Billy is Billy,
On board.
Billie.
I love it.
As in Billie Eilish. Also a creature of the dark, so it makes sense. And what is gayer than plotting revenge on your ex? We've talked about this many times.
Oh, yeah.
The petty gays.
Petty revenge.
The petty gays.
So true. So true. Also, what would be gayer than your ex that you're taking revenge on having also slept with your gay sister? Like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's just messy gay drama everywhere.
Messy gay drama everywhere. So I could see that definitely playing out in the exact same way if Billy was a woman, and would make even more sense. because you have the vindictive Winnie, who's the alpha gay, and then Sarah.
Are you saying Winnie's a mommy in this situation?
Oh,
Is
for
that
sure.
what we're going for?
For sure. And
okay, wait. If we're gonna, sorry, I just have to throw this in there while we're talking about mommies. Is if we were gonna pair up Mary with someone as our gayest of the three Sanderson sisters, I'm gonna make a strong case for Max's mom.
All right. Tell me more.
I just, I could see someone who's like from the 17th century seeing like a nice blonde rocking a Madonna outfit and like being into it.
So you think like in the I put a spell on you scene?
Yes.
That's the biggest, like that would be a turning point to see Max's mom and be like, oh, interesting.
I mean, why not, right? Mary makes her dance with her. I mean, also a possibility.
All right. I did not think of that before now.
There's also not that many characters for me to work
but yeah,
with
I could
here,
go.
you know?
I could go with it. I could go with it.
I'm trying, Ellie. I'm trying.
For sure. I wish that there were more characters for the Sanderson sisters to get with. We could also turn the bus driver gay.
That's true. I mean, while we're at it, why stop there?
Right? Yeah. I mean, bus driver is a, a thirsty gay who lives in a small town, doesn't see a lot of lesbians. And then these three hot lesbian witches decide to hitch a ride on the bus, and she's like, okay.
Yeah, and then we could also make him less misogynistic and objectifying.
Yeah, because he's the worst.
He's pretty terrible. Okay, also the bus driver is a great example to me of sometimes when they let lines squeak by in like a kids movie that I'm not entirely sure how they let them say stuff like that, because I think some of the worst horribly objectifying lines that the bus driver says, right, is there's one where he asks them what they desire, and they're like, children, and he goes, might take me a couple tries, but I don't think that'd be a problem. And it's like,
come on,
how did you actually put that line in this movie?
Yeah,
that's terrible.
But I
100% I would be on board with making the bus driver a woman and making her not suck so badly.
Yeah, I'm down for that as well. I'm like, should we talk about the fact that they want children? I'm like, that's
what is your deepest desire? Children. No, let's not go there.
Let's
not. Let's just stick with Max's mom. That's a nice safe bet, right?
Yes. Well, I was gonna say something along the lines of, because they're from the 17th century and they were lesbians, their deepest desire was to have children, but they could not procreate because they didn't want to sleep with men.
Sure,
so,
I like that.
So a little, not as creepy as you think it would have gone, but
they're not trying to murder the children. They just want to love them.
Yes, they just wanted kids of their own, and it got real twisted, and they just took it out on all the people who
everyone
could
misunderstands
have
them.
Yes, yes. So that's me, because I obviously am a big Sanderson sister sympathizer.
Nice, I love it.
Like, they're just misunderstood, guys.
Well, and I think, as with any movie, if we're going to talk about the queerest things, I think we all, witches and magic, you're basically immediately queer coding your characters.
Yes.
There's just no way around it.
Yes. And then we'll talk about, so the Sanderson sisters were originally hung during the Salem witch trials, right?
Yes.
Which is why they're in Salem. And there has been a lot of speculation about the witches that were hung in the Salem witch trials being mostly women who didn't ascribe to mandated roles. So they didn't fit in with the roles that women were supposed to play. So code for they're gay.
They were outcasts in some ways.
Yes.
Outcasts who didn't follow strict heteronormative patriarchal social structures of the time period is what you're saying.
Yes, which we know queer women, not really within the realm of heteronormativity of the time period.
Yeah, I mean, I think if we look at the actual history of, I mean, almost any time that a mob goes after some sort of marginalized groups, unsurprisingly, you're gonna find some queer people in that group because, sure, they don't fit the mold, right? We break out of the mold.
Yes.
We say, fuck your molds.
Yes. And of course, like, these were real things. This happened to real people. And it's obviously very tragic, but also very likely that there were some queer women involved in the hangings in the Salem witch trials. So historically, the Sanderson sisters, high probability of being
Probably
gay. Yeah.
Right. So I think we're on the right track.
Oh, yeah.
I think this reboot's going to be amazing. I'm just saying.
Right. The reboot's going to be so much better. The movie already is pretty much who likes Hocus Pocus besides gay people?
An excellent question.
Right?
Chime in. If you're straight and you like Hocus Pocus, just let us know.
Or, okay, the better question should be who loves Hocus Pocus besides gay people?
Sure.
Because people like Hocus Pocus, but you know what I mean. Okay, so in this reboot, which characters are we shipping?
Okay, so I ship Jay and Ernie in the original. You know.
Jay and Ernie, so Journey.
Journey.
Wow,
oh
their ship name is it works perfectly.
Don't stop believing.
You can do it, Jay and
Hold
Ernie.
on to that feeling, you two. You got this.
Or
we believe in you.
Erne.
I like Journey.
Yeah, Journey's the easiest one.
I think Journey is where it's at.
It's perfect.
I mean, it's that's probably the best ship name
we've ever come up.
The fastest that we have ever come up with the best ship name ever. Yeah. Go on. We'll quit there. Bye, everyone.
And Hocus Pocus should have been gay. Bye. See you next week.
Bye. No, done. We're good. Jay and Ernie, Journey, done.
Yes. And
hashtag Journey.
Hashtag
I ship it.
Journey.
Okay.
And then we have who the writers want us to believe are the protagonists, Max and Allison.
Okay.
So,
but in this case, we have, what are we saying? Maxine? What is it short for?
Oh, yeah. Max could be short for Maxine. Or just Max.
Okay.
I think Max is a very gender-neutral name.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Max and Allison.
Yes. Malison.
Alisax.
Alex. Alamax.
Alex is doable. It's spelled, right?
Yeah. Allix. Alex. I like it. No, but probably Malison's my number one.
Malison? Maxison?
Maxison. That'll work. Like Emerson, I know, your fave.
Don't tempt me.
I know, we won't go there.
Don't get me started. Yeah.
Yeah.
My fave, Emerson. Yeah.
It's okay. All right, and then so
I'm moving on. I'm just gonna
ship, which is
okay. My number one ship, Mary and Max's mom, whose name is Jenny, Manny,
Jerry. They're all names.
Marnie.
They're all real names.
What about Marnie?
Oh, Marnie. I like Marnie. That's another Halloween movie. Maybe we should do Halloween Town next Halloween.
Oh, okay. We'll do. Yeah.
I want to add another ship, which is Billy and Sarah, or Billy and Winnie.
But do you ship Silly or Willie?
I think I'm a Silly fan.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I feel like they vibrate on the same frequency.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
I feel like Winnie seems very... seems like a toxic relationship between Winnie and Billy, and I feel like Sarah just seems very gentle with Billy.
Yeah, I just think they're a more complimentary couple.
Agreed.
For sure.
So Silly. Okay, got it. I love it. Journey and Silly. Wow, we have such great
good ship names for this film.
Good ship names. Yeah. Well done.
Very happy about it. So we have witches are gay. The Sanderson sisters are inherently gay. Max should be some type of queer, let's be real. Allison is a big old lesbian. And what's gayer than two sisters sleeping with the same girl? So, Hocus Pocus should have been gay.
Should have been gay. Is it time, Ellie?
It's time.
Okay.
Q and gay.
I'm going to start us off on this week's Q and gay. Starting with an impossible choice, which is why I decided to start, so you have to answer.
Ugh.
Question 1. Who's your favorite Sanderson sister? Winifred, Sarah, or Mary?
That is so difficult.
I didn't say this would be easy.
I'm just going to go with my first instinct, which is Mary.
I love her in this.
Yeah.
I love her. She's so perfect. Oh my god, we didn't even talk about, while we're talking about how Mary is the gayest of the three, can we talk about the calming circle? When she's like, Winnie, you're going a little off the rails right now. Let's just have a calming circle.
Yes.
It's okay. She's always the, centering force of the sisters.
She pulls out her crystals and she's like,
Oh,
this. Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
I see it.
I love it.
Number 2, did you ever try doing spells when you were a kid? Yes or no?
I am pretty sure I have to say yes. I feel like I did. Whether they were serious or not, you still tried. You said weird words. You had a little bowl and your twigs in it and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
everyone had the twig bowl. Totally get that. Yeah.
Who didn't have a good twig bowl or two in their day,
I definitely remember doing the light as a feather, stiff as a board. That was
sure.
But I don't know if I ever was putting stuff in a bowl or a cauldron. I don't know.
Did you ever float someone? Did it work?
No, it did not.
We'll have to try again.
Yeah. Maybe we didn't believe hard enough.
I think so.
Yeah.
Question 3. Would you have lit the black flame candle, Ellie?
No. It's so idiotic. You shouldn't have done it, Max. You shouldn't have done it.
Acting out,
Yep.
you know?
Actually, now I'm no, because it would be stupid, but then the sisters would have never come, and they're my favorite. So if I knew that what I was resurrecting was going to be the Sanderson sisters, I would light it.
You'd light that candle for Bette Midler every time?
Oh, yeah. Every time.
Okay. That's fair.
All right, number 4. Pick your cleaning supply to fly on. A, broom. B, mop. Or C, vacuum.
It's a tough choice, I mean, there's a lot to weigh, the pros and the cons here. I feel like the vacuum might have a little better cushioning, especially the one she had where it had the big bag on the back of it. That might be a little softer to ride on. I've always felt like a broomstick just seems like it would be very uncomfortable, right?
Definitely not built for comfort.
No.
Built for speed.
So... and on that note, I'm going to say C, vacuum. End of question.
Good.
Question 5, a tough choice. And I imagine we will have many opinions on this one. What is the best Halloween candy? A, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. B, Midnight Milky Ways. C, Nerds. Or D, Twix Bars.
So this is a big toss-up. I love peanut butter and caramel, but I'm going to go with Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. And I know I say Reese's, but that's because I'm from Massachusetts. Sorry.
You're that's because I'm weird and wrong. It's okay,
But
everyone.
I'm going to be wrong to the day I die for my last Reese's Pieces.
There you go. A perfectly valid answer. Yeah, I anticipate we're going to have a lot of write-ins on this. Because also, didn't someone just wasn't there a thing on Twitter recently of what's the word? Which would you, you have to get rid of one of these forever? And what I discovered that week is, wow, many people I know really, really hate Milky Ways. I like Milky Ways.
Wait, why?
I don't know.
They're
good. Nougaty, they're caramelly.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
mean, yeah.
What are you going to do?
So there you go. Let us know your choices on our Twitter at Let's Hang Out Pod.
Let me hear you say hip, 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 well, yeah.
We love hearing from you and building our community, so we want to shout out some of our favorite things from each episode. And the first thing we're going to shout out is Emily Pamby on Instagram, who posted that Mondays are the best because my fave podcasts are new. And one of those podcasts is us. I'm just our fave podcast. No one in particular.
Just there are podcasts that come out on Mondays. Who knew? Fun fact of the week.
Fun fact. Mondays are a good day for podcasts. I just wanted to say thank you for listening, Emily. And we're happy that we can brighten up your Mondays.
We also want to shout out Carrie Ann on Twitter, who thanked us and a bunch of other great podcasts for keeping her sane on 16 hours of commuting over the week, which, A, I'm so glad that we could help, B, that is a lot of commuting time. I'm so sorry.
I know. But I'm happy that we could be there for you. We're going to make as many hours of content as we can for you, Carrie Ann.
We do try our best.
We also have to thank our Lesbian Jesus patrons, Lizette Stye,
Tanya Ferguson,
Jess Klaus,
Danny Griswold,
Michelle Ray Thomas,
Sarah and Julia,
Nicole Gross,
Carrie Ann Lawrence,
Mark Foster,
Danny Gunluck Timura,
Sammy Walsh,
Audrey O'Connor,
and Wendy K. Bartlett.
And we have to thank our King Princess tier patrons, Kayla Kelly,
and Amy and Ellen. With us from the beginning. We love you all so much, and we really could not continue to make this podcast without all of our patrons, so we want to thank you so much.
Remember, you can also find us on all social medias on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Let's Hang Out Pod.
You can email us at letshangoutpod@gmail.com.
You can check out our website at letshangoutpod.com.
Make sure you subscribe on wherever you listen to your podcast so you'll be the first to know when new episodes drop.
We also will have videos going up on our YouTube channel still this season, so make sure you subscribe at youtube.com/letshangoutpod to catch them.
If you want to support the podcast, the easiest and most free way to do so is to rate and review us on iTunes. It really helps us to find new listeners, and we also just love hearing what you think.
You can also support us by joining our Patreon at bit.ly/lespatreon. You get all sorts of fun perks, you get watch parties, you get ad-free episodes. We are going to be having our first Should Have Been Gay that our King Princess patrons got to vote on soon. So if you want to vote and help pick some of the Should Have Been Gays that we do, head on over to our Patreon now before the next vote.
You can also get some Let's Hang Out merch at bit.ly/letsshop. It's a Halloween season, so you better be wearing your Let's Hang Out skellies. It's an easy costume. Just throw it on. I know you all, we got some lazy lesbians in our midst. It's okay. We got you covered.
Ours in New Orleans.
We got you covered. bit.ly/letsshop.
If you want to follow us individually, the best place to find me is on Twitter and Instagram at LSH Foster.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Ellie Brigida. With that, I'm Ellie.
And I'm Lee. And let's hang out again soon.
Let's hang out.
What's up, everyone? It's Noah Daniels.
Hey, y'all. I'm JJ.
Hey, guys. It's Kat.
And we're your hosts of the Real Hauntings podcast, where we bring on guests who share their first-hand encounter ghost stories and supernatural experiences. Now on to the trailer.
I've been warned to not tell this story, but I think because of the way it ends, it's okay to tell this story, because some people say that with certain entities, to like speak of them or talk about them or in any way like portray them as powerful will attract them to other people. The creepiest thing about it to me is a lot of times it would wait for me to notice it. Like it would just lay its arm out like this, and then I'd be like, where is it? Where is it? And then I'd see it, and then it would just slither back.
For more information on the Real Hauntings, Real Ghost Stories podcast, make sure you check out Real.fm to learn more about our podcast and many other amazing podcasts.